Gemini CLI is the open source AI agent from Google. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Gemini CLI and authenticate with your email address or an API key. Plus, I'll share the pros and cons that each approach offers. You can install Gemini under a minute via npm. Simply write npm install-g at google/gemini-cli. Or if you're on Mac, you could also use brew install Gemini-CLI. Verify your installation by typing Gemini version in the terminal. In this case, I'm on the 0.10 version. Type in Gemini to start the CLI. Once you start Gemini, you'll see a big Gemini banner, tips for getting started, and a prompt to log in. Also, you'll notice that a .gemini folder has been created in your home directory. To authenticate with Gemini CLI, there are several different options with their own pros and cons, and we'll explore the two most common ones, Gmail sign-in and an API key. In order to log in with your Gmail, simply select Login with Google. Then you'll be redirected to a sign in with Google page and Gemini will display waiting for authentication. Choose your email address, then click sign in. After logging, you should be redirected to the authentication successful page. The Gmail sign in comes with higher free tier usage, such as 60 requests per minute and 1000 requests per day. Although in my experience, I've been downgraded to their more cost-efficient models quite fast. Now we can test Gemini CLI and drop a message. Hi, nice to meet you. After which it responds with, hello, I'm ready to help. What can I do for you today? Now let's type in the /out command to change the authentication method and see how we can set up the API key sign-in option. First, if you try to select use Gemini API key, you'll get an error. Gemini API key environment variable not found. So let's take care of this. We press Ctrl+C twice to exit the CLI and see a stats summary of the session. Now to create a Gemini API key, we head to ai.studio/API-keys. Then we click on the Create API Key button and name your key something like Gemini CLI key. Then select Create Project from the drop-down and name your project something like Gemini CLI project. After that, click Create Project. Once the project has been created, you can go ahead and click Create Key. Once your key has been created, click Copy API Key. Then go back to your terminal and export your key as an environment variable. Export Gemini API Key, whatever your key is. Then start Gemini again, type in /out and select Use Gemini API Key, and we're done. Side note, do not share your API key. It's sensitive information and I'll delete mine after this video. We can again greet Gemini and verify that the connection has been successfully established. Quick tip, if you encounter any errors or Gemini doesn't respond for some reasons, you can show the debug console via Ctrl+O. And while the email login option comes with a higher free tier usage, the API key option comes with token caching and cost optimization. This feature reduces the number of tokens processed in requests. Another quick tip, you can use the /stats command to view your token usage and cached token savings. That was all about authentication and installation. I've created the ultimate Gemini CLI guide on YouTube, which I'm going to release in the following days on my channel. Once released, I'm going to link the video in the description if you're interested. Thanks for watching.